The heron is a long-legged wading bird commonly found in wetlands across the globe. It belongs to the family Ardeidae and is known for its graceful appearance and distinctive features. Here's a detailed description of the heron's structure. Body: herons have a slender and elongated body, which aids them in wading through water. Their plumage varies in color depending on the species, ranging from white and gray to blue and even pink hues. Legs and feet: one of the most notable features of herons is their long, thin legs, which are well adapted for wading in shallow waters. Their legs are typically unfeathered and can appear quite spindly. The feet have long, thin toes, with a slightly webbed structure, which helps in maintaining balance while walking on soft or uneven surfaces. Neck: herons have a remarkably long and flexible neck, which they use to strike at prey. This neck can often appear S-shaped when the bird is at rest but can extend straight out during hunting. Head: the head of a heron is relatively small compared to its body. It has a sharp, pointed beak, which is well suited for catching fish and other small aquatic creatures. The beak can vary in length and shape depending on the species. Herons also have keen eyesight, which helps them spot prey from a distance. Wings: herons have large, broad wings that are ideal for slow, steady flight. Their wingspan can be quite impressive, and the primary feathers are long and pointed, aiding in their graceful flight. Tail: the tail of a heron is usually short and often hidden by the wings when the bird is at rest. Behavior: herons are often seen standing still in shallow water, waiting patiently to ambush prey. They are solitary hunters but may be seen in groups during the breeding season or when nesting. Herons are a diverse group with several species, each having unique features and adaptations that suit their specific habitats and lifestyles. Herons are found worldwide, with species present on every continent except Antarctica. However, they are particularly abundant in regions with ample wetland habitats, such as lakes, rivers, marshes, and coastal areas. Some of the countries where herons are especially common include: United States. The United States has a diverse range of heron species, including the great blue heron and the great egret, found in wetlands across the country. Brazil. In South America, Brazil's vast wetland regions, like the Pantanal, are home to many heron species. India. India has a variety of herons, including the grey heron and the Indian pond heron, found in wetlands, rivers, and lakes. China. China has a rich diversity of herons, particularly in its extensive coastal and inland wetland regions. Australia. In Australia, species like the white-faced heron and the eastern great egret are common in wetland areas. These birds are also commonly found in other countries across Europe. Asia. Wherever there are suitable wetland environments for feeding and breeding. The lifespan and breeding habits of herons can vary depending on the species and environmental factors. Here's a general overview. Herons generally live for about 15 to 20 years in the wild. Some species, especially in protected environments, may live longer. However, many factors can influence their lifespan, including predation, habitat quality, food availability, and environmental conditions. Nesting. Herons typically nest in colonies, often called heronries, in trees, shrubs, or reed beds near water. Some species, like the great blue heron, may nest in trees, while others may nest on the ground or in low vegetation. Eggs. Herons usually lay between 2 to 5 eggs per clutch, although the exact number can vary by species. The eggs are typically bluish-green in color. Incubation. Both parents usually take part in incubating the eggs, which generally lasts about 20 to 30 days, depending on the species. Chick development. After hatching, the chicks are initially cared for and fed by both parents. The young herons are altricial, meaning they are born relatively helpless and rely on their parents for food and protection. They grow quickly and typically fledge, or develop the ability to fly, within 6 to 8 weeks. Independence. Once fledged, the young herons begin to forage on their own but may still depend on their parents for a short period before becoming fully independent. Herons are protective of their nests and young, often nesting in colonies to reduce the risk of predation. The reproductive success of herons can be influenced by factors such as food availability, weather conditions, and human disturbances. Incubation. Both parents usually take part in incubating the eggs, which generally lasts about 20 to 30 days, depending on the species. Chick development. After hatching, the chicks are initially cared for and fed by both parents. The young herons are altricial, meaning they are born relatively helpless and rely on their parents for food and protection. They grow quickly and typically fledge, or develop the ability to fly, within 6 to 8 weeks. Independence. Once fledged, the young herons begin to forage on their own but may still depend on their parents for a short period before becoming fully independent. Herons are protective of their nests and young, often nesting in colonies to reduce the risk of predation. The reproductive success of herons can be influenced by factors such as food availability, weather conditions, and human disturbances.